In this beginning tanking video for Squad 44, we'll be going over some stuff that you might already know and some stuff that maybe you won't. This is for beginners mostly. If you've already played tanks in Squad 44, you should be good.
I have a bomb
Starting
marker when
off,
the
you've got the
commander's got
basic
it.
roles in the tank. You have the
So,
commander, whose job is to
We'll
spot
I'm
wait
spawning
here.
in right
Wait.
now.
and scan the area
Actually,
for
we'll wait to make
enemies.
sure it
You've
gets
got
built.
the
Actually,
gunner,
no.
pretty
This position is fine.
self-explanatory. You have got the driver, also self-explanatory, and then you've got the guy in the on certain tanks, you've got the guy in the radio seat whose only job is to be the main hull gunner with a machine gun. His job also usually includes being the first guy to jump out and repair the tank if you get hit, because he's the least necessary. Tanks can really hold anywhere from 2 to 4 people, depends on the tank. All tanks hold at least
This
3,
vehicle
and
is
you
really
can
shitty on the snow, so
you can operate a
if I
tank
gotta do a
pretty
hard
well
hard
with
turn, it's
2
gonna
people,
fucking
one in the
cost
driver
a
and
little
one
bit
in the
more than what I
gunner, but it's
want
better to
when I
have
do it. Oh,
3 or
shots!
4.
Shots fired.
As the gunner, you have a
Well,
machine gun and a
coming up.
main gun. The main gun has multiple types of ammunition, um,
Where's the
several different kinds of armor-piercing rounds, usually a
copy moving up?
high explosive rounds used
Yeah.
for taking out
I'm gonna
infantry
get
positions and infantry, and sometimes a smoke rounds used to mask your movements and
Yeah,
run
I was
away
just
if
gonna
there's a
take out
tank
the
that
two
you
guys that were
don't
over
feel
here.
confident in fighting.
There's one on
Also, as the gunner, you can change the hydraulics pressure
scroll wheel. So that way you can
using
be more
left
accurate,
control
or
and the
you can
mouse
have a
wheel.
super fast turret rotation.
Lowering the hydraulics will make your aiming more accurate,
Okay, he's
but the
gonna be on the
turret
right. He's coming
turn
up on the
time will
right.
be slower. And then higher
Right, I think.
hydraulic pressure
Hold on,
makes it
engine
turn
off.
faster,
Think.
but the
Actually,
aiming's
no.
less accurate.
Keep reversing.
Armor squads in
Okay,
Squad
good.
44 can play many different roles. It can be used to spearhead
Big
an
guy.
attack, where you just roll into the point and blow everything up. It can be used in defense. You just set yourself up in a defensive position and shoot. If you're in a
Son of a bitch. I got
slower tank, more meant for stationary shooting, like the Stug
disconnect from.
on the German side, you
I
can
hit it
just
with
get up on a
that.
hill and start shooting from there in a
Wow,
stationary
game glitch. I
position.
gotta leave. Sorry.
You can also be used to go around and take out other points of interest, like artillery pieces and stuff like that, set up by logistics, blow up MSPs, all that kind of
All right.
stuff.
You wanna?
Um,
Yeah, never mind.
and of course,
Dude,
go
right
Is
after
it
here.
enemy
facing us?
tanks.
Right
Is it
here.
facing
Right
us?
here.
Squad 44 has some of the most realistic,
No, no,
maybe
no.
even the most realistic tank combat in any video game.
Side shot, side shot, side
Because
shot,
it
side
has a
shot.
very extensive armor penetration model with all different kinds of like components inside the tank that can be damaged. Each one, when they get damaged, impedes the tank in a different way. Almost no other game simulates having infantry around you as well, having to deal with infantry
Nice.
attacks, stuff like that. Combat is quite tricky. It can either be over in one shot where someone just
Alright,
gets a
hop
good
back.
shot off and blows the other tank up, hits the
Better work on
munitions
it.
or something like that, or they can be quite long and
Holy shit.
stressful. Generally, it's a good idea to point your
Righto.
armor, the front of the tank forwards, because
Well,
that's
that
where the
sucker
armor's
fucking
thickest.
basically he just had a side shot on us
Another
and
good
fucking took
tactic
out
is
everything.
to angle your tank, because
Tank
which
smart.
increases
Yeah,
the
I didn't
likelihood
see.
of
I
a
didn't see
ricochet if
the
your armor's at an
AD, so
angle.
I
So
assumed it was okay to
facing
fire
the
Balaki
enemy
first.
diagonally
Because I
can
thought it was.
save
I
your
got.
life sometimes.
Yeah. I thought so too.
Communication is
Oh well.
key,
Good thing we
especially
have
in
fucking four of these and
combat
4
situations where like
Take out
the
fucking
commander
guns.
could be calling out where the turret needs to be pointed, 12 o'clock, 3 o'clock, 6 o'clock, all that kind of stuff.
Shit, scout.
Because
Here,
everyone's pretty blind
no,
in the
scout.
tank.
one,
You've
there's
all
one,
got to
there's
work
Okay, right
together
past
from
you.
your
Good,
one
different
good, good,
ADA,
good.
viewports
It's a little flat.
because
Scout
in
cover.
combat you
Get
can't
rid of
really
it.
stick your head out of the tank because you'll get blown up. So everyone's got to be communicating. Everyone has a slightly different field of view. And really, you're pretty blind. You can also rely on infantry to help you spot things. That is very helpful. Repairing your tank or knowing when to abandon it is important. If your tank's hull is destroyed or something's really on fire, like the ammunition or the engine or something like that, you need to bail out because it's gonna blow. It's called cooking off, where the tank just catches on fire and there's nothing you can do. It's dead already, pretty much. Repairing the tank, there's all kinds of different things that can get damaged. Transmission impedes your driving. The turret ring locks the gun in place. The tracks get taken out, you can't drive. The gun gets taken out, you can't shoot. engine gets taken out, you can't drive either, all that kinds of stuff. So like a good tactic could sometimes be to shoot for the gun or the tracks first to immobilize or take out the gun, obviously, so that they can't shoot back at you.
So you'll
Um,
be able to pin it
and
over
then
from the
you'll
side
pretty
and
much have
back,
won the
back
battle
from
at
the
that
front.
point,
Yeah.
unless there's another tank or
Extra
something
ones
like
you can
that.
pin from the front, straight to
Repairing,
the,
all you have to
upper
do is
mantlet,
get out of the tank, as long
and
as
then
it's safe,
Panthers you can pin in the turret.
and you're either going to use your fire extinguisher or
sorry,
your
not upper
wrench.
mantlet, up front
Wrench
plate
will
on
be
the Tigers,
used on, you
and then
just
the
go
mantlet
to
on
the
the
point of the
Panthers.
part of the tank that
King
is
Tigers,
damaged,
you
and
pretty
then
much
you
can't
just
stop on
start
the front,
using your wrench.
or
Fire extinguisher is
trucking
quite
in
helpful if
Tigers.
your engine
I
is
did
sparking or
yesterday
something
with
like
the
that. It can
PZ8
stop it from
on,
really catching on
Colmar
fire and
from the front.
blowing
It
up
took
the
out his
tank.
gun on the first shot.
Right, well,
Wow.
thank you for watching. I
And then
hope
we just
this
stuck
guide
him,
helps
drove
you
past
become
him,
a better
took out his
tanker,
tracks, and then you couldn't
as
turn.
tanks can really change the
And then
course of a
just like,
battle in
but I got lucky.
pretty much
It was
any
from the
map,
front. It was like the
except for
first
maps
shot
that don't
I
have
went to.
tanks. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe, it really helps the channel out, it helps me out. And thanks, see you next time.